To create a flight of steps manually, you can use the divide tool to divide the overall run and overall rise into a discrete number of steps. So for example, let me draw a line from the origin point over in this direction. Let's say it's 14 feet in length. That will represent the overall run of our flight of steps. And then I'll draw another line up in the blue direction, 9 feet in height. So I just need to divide these two lines into a number of segments to determine the individual step, rise, and run. Right-click on the edge and choose Divide. And then as you move the cursor, you'll see more and more red dots appear. And if you hold the mouse still, you'll see a tooltip which gives you the actual length. So a good rule of thumb for a step is 7/11. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I'll click right there to create 15 segments. And then I'll do this one in the height dimension. So we should be shooting for something close to 7 inches. There we go. Now that we've subdivided the overall rise and run into a discrete number of segments, we can go ahead and sketch in an individual step. Use the line tool and draw in the width. Here I'll make it 3 feet wide. I'll move the cursor in the red direction, hold down the Shift key to lock that inference, and reference this first endpoint. And then complete the figure to create the plan of the first step. Use the Push-Pull tool to pull the surface up in the blue direction, and reference this endpoint over here to create your prototype for your stair. Triple-click to select all connected edges and faces. Press G to create a component, and call that component Step. Use the Move tool with the Option key to create a copy of this step from this point to the opposite corner. And then type in a number like 14x to create a number of copies. And here we have the overall flight of steps. We can go ahead and alter an individual component. Here I'll orbit underneath and push-pull this up to make all of the treads a little bit smaller. Zoom in. I'll just make that a little bit smaller, like that, so we have some space in between the individual treads. So this remains a very flexible stair because any changes you make to an individual step affect all of them. What if you want a solid run of steps or a curved stair? How can you create that? Well, you can use the proportions that you've calculated here to create a follow-me path. Here I'll sketch a line up in the blue direction and another line over in the red direction. Just for clarity, let me get rid of all of these steps. I'm going to select them all and hide them for now. We can get rid of these paths as well. So now we have the individual rise and the individual run. I'll select both of those, copy them over 14 times in this case. We need a face, so I'll go ahead and sketch in a line down here in the red direction, and then I'll connect the dots to create a face. And then if we don't want this stair to fill in this whole volume here, we can go ahead and cut off part of it like this. And then just erase these edges out here. Now we can go ahead and create either a straight path for the stair or a curved path using an arc. And then we pre-select the path, press F, and click on the face to create the stair. Undo. Otherwise, we can pre-select the curved path, press F, and click on the face to create a curved stair.